I wanted to post a video about this famous French philosopher because it's his birthday. So what is the 101 on Jean-Paul Sartre? Jean-Paul Sartre was French. He was born in Paris on June the 21st in 1905, the same year Einstein produced his theory of special relativity and the same year the first aspirin was sold over the counter. So he was French and he was a philosopher, and France has produced some of the world's great thinkers: Descartes, Voltaire, Rousseau. I could go on, but I won't. Okay, what have we got? Jean-Paul Sartre was French, he was a philosopher, and he was an existentialist. Existentialism is a branch of philosophy that Sartre made his own. What is it? It's a way of thinking about the individual human experience. He spent a lot of his time questioning the purpose of life and the value of existence in general. Now we know he was French, he was a philosopher, he was an existentialist, and he had a squint. This made him a bit of an outsider at school, so he spent a lot of time alone thinking. Maybe that's why he became a philosopher. But the upside of his lazy eye was that it exempted him from frontline combat when war broke out in 1939 and he was drafted into the French army. So, he was French, he was a philosopher, he was an existentialist, he was cross-eyed, and he was a prolific writer. He used his writing to explore his ideas. And he wrote lots of things: novels, essays, plays and articles. Among the most famous are Being and Nothingness, Nausea, No Exit. No Exit contains one of his most famous quotes: "Hell is other people." He was French, he was a philosopher, he was an existentialist, he was cross-eyed, he was a writer, and in 1964, a refuser of the Nobel Prize for Literature. He was one of only 2 people ever to have done so, saying he declined all official awards on principle. There is one more interesting thing. He had a lifelong partnership with the feminist writer and philosopher Simone de Beauvoir. Jean-Paul Sartre died aged 74 in Paris. He remains a titanic figure in philosophy, a public intellectual who wasn't afraid to speak out, and his work continues to impact modern thinking in many fields today. So let's be existentialists and say thanks for being Jean-Paul Sartre.